Hello everybody. Today's video should be a little shorter and bittersweet, because in this video we're saying our goodbye to one of our family vehicles. In this case is this 2016 Subaru Forester. This car did not get a whole lot of love on my channel. Anytime I posted a video about this car, nobody seemed to care. And I get it, it's not a very impressive car. But, you know, this car has a somewhat of a sentimental value. You know, we got it for our first son. Well, for our first kid, I should say, for our son. It served us well since 2015, since like the end of 2015. So it's a 2016 model year. And, you know, and this is what kind of amazes me about YouTube and about people's viewing, you know, preferences. I posted, you know, 2 identical videos about, you know, what I love about my Ford Fusion and what I hate about my Ford Fusion. And the hate got way too many views versus love. Now, the reason why I even mentioned that, because love is what makes a Subaru, right? We all know that. So why do you guys all cramming, you know, for the hate videos? I mean, I know why. Probably for the same reason I am. It's interesting to see what other people hate. But, you know, I can't say that I love this car, but I like this car quite a bit. It has really no, like, super qualities, but it served us very well. It gave us little to no problems. It carried us, you know, to different adventures. We didn't take it like into a forest, like the name would suggest, but we took it on several road trips. Definitely drove it around town. I'll show you inside. And, you know, it served us well. Now, you know, though, saying goodbye, you know, it's kind of sad, but at the same time, I do have a new car, new family mobile to show you, which I will reveal in the next video. So at this moment, I'm dropping it off to the buyer. I got it all, you know, cleaned up. I know it doesn't look very clean, but I vacuumed the heck out of it. But some of the stuff is just kind of really impossible to get off. And you can kind of see some of it is sand. You know, we took it to the beach. We did some, you know, maybe 5% of what the car is actually capable of. But, you know, it's capable of a lot more. It's an all-wheel drive. They all are. It has some bumps and bruises. Obviously, the buyer already knows about it. Has, you know, your regular 8 years worth of use out of it, as you can kind of see. You know, some bug splatter, obviously, that would not come off no matter what. And in general, you know, I don't have anything negative to say about the car. Here it is on the inside. You know, like, once again, it shows some wear and tear. It is a 2016 after all, you know, 8 years old. We had it, if it was in November, it would have been 9 years for us. But yeah, you can kind of see what does 8/9 years worth of car seats do to a car. You see that? That's a permanent imprint. You see a little dirty on the backside, even though it just had car seats in it. Here's some over here, right? Little wear and tear. Not gonna hurt anybody. I just cleaned up a ton of crap from here just from having kids, right? You know, it's interesting. This car has a little bit of a reclining seat. Like, you can pull on it, and you see it kind of reclines. I mean, we actually use that feature to fit a larger car seat in here, and then it kind of pops back in. Yeah, so this is a premium trim. I think I mentioned that a couple times before. It has, you know, a couple cool features, I guess. It has, you know, heated seats, for example, which we use quite a lot. It has this huge moonroof, which we did not use. Probably opened it up like 2 times because it doesn't tilt. It just slides open, and it's very useless because then the sun just starting to hit you, and with kids in the back, you kind of can't have that. You know, they start bugging them. I did get this a Viper remote starter installed right here. It worked. It works still. Everything else in here, you know, pretty basic stuff. There you go. AC works very nice. I'm not trying to sell it. Now, here's an interesting fact. I just put some gas in there, and this needle did not move. I want to give it to the seller. I'm sorry, to the buyer, with a little bit more gas than it is right now. I put 4 gallons in it, and it did not move. So hopefully it'll move sooner rather than later. So there's that. Yeah. You know, I don't know what it really to say. You know, this is obviously not a review. I did post a review on my channel about this car, but you guys don't seem to care. There's like, it gets like a couple dozen views, and that's it. So I can tell you this: if anybody is thinking about buying a Forester, I would recommend it. This is not a car that will get you looks. This is not the car that can do what this car can do, right? It is not a super big car, but you know what? Until we got, the second child, that's when we really started noticing, it could really use something a little bigger. And only because, you have the stroller and you have just more crap and just everything, you just start carrying. But yeah, this car served us plenty. We had a Hyundai Elantra before this. Actually, this car, I traded my 2010 Buick LaCrosse for this car. Unfortunately, I don't have any videos of my Buick LaCrosse. I love that car, but this is the car that we got brand new. It's got 54,228 miles. See, I just reset my trip when I got some gas, but for some reason it doesn't want to move. Oh, I think it's moving right now because it just increased. So anyway, yeah, if anybody is looking for a good, solid kind of a family-oriented or a slight off-roader, I would recommend this car. Now, obviously, 2016 may not be your cup of tea, but they make them, obviously, to this day. They became a lot more luxury as kind of the years went by. I have a video of my mom's 2022, I think. Either 2021 or 2022 Forester. It has a few, like the screen has changed, the gauges have, changed. I made a video about this car having like split personality because see how some of it is glowing white, other stuff is glowing red in the dark because I think this was a transition year for them. And they were I think they used to be all red and then they kind of started experimenting like with that little screen and I think the gauges kind of, so it has some older technology from yesteryears. And it has some of the newer stuff, but you know what? Driving it drives well. It's a little bouncy, but it is, quote unquote off-roader sort of thing. In the snow, not off-road, but just on the pavement in the snow, it is a very nice car. I drove it through some pretty heavy snow, and it drove like knife through butter, if I can make that analogy. So again, it's the one base, it's a premium trim, which is one higher up than the base model, and it has everything you need and nothing you don't. Once again, heated seats for where we live in Illinois, it is a necessity because, well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, people drove without heated seats for many, many years, but it is really nice, and I like the fact that these are these little rocker things that you can just leave them on, and when you do combined with a remote start, it'll preheat basically the seats for you. Now they have an app that can control that for you. Excuse me. Yeah, but other than that, yeah. So anybody who's looking for like a mid-size crossover, which seems like this is like the most popular segment, yeah, think of a Forester. It obviously, if you, for 4 people, 2 adults, 2 kids, might be a little cramped because the trunk is not that big. But in general, this brand right here, we brought this brand to our family, and now we have another Subaru in the family, and now we actually, oh, you know what, I might as well say it, we bought another Subaru. So, and then this Subaru is going to a family member. So you see, we're spreading the love. We're spreading the Subaru-ness throughout the neighborhood. So, yep. If we would have gone up with a higher trim, it would have had like leather seats, which, cloth is perfectly fine. Now, yes, it got a little boo-boo stain. I have no idea. Somebody spilled something in there. But a leather, it would have probably ripped the seats with the car seats. So if you have car seats, I would go with the cloth. And the car we got has the cloth seats too, so that actually works out. All right, well, I'm going to pause it for a second. I'll finish driving, do one quick sweep around the car, say a few more goodbyes. Although I will be seeing this thing. It's staying in the family, just moving to another family member. So it's not a final goodbye. I'm not trading it in. So it goes to a, well, hopefully somebody who will drive it and take care of it like we did. I mean, I think we took good care of it. All right, there you have it, folks. I got to my destination. Yeah, the gas mileage is okay. All right, so I don't know if this is going to be the last time I ever drive this thing. Maybe yes, maybe no. But, It's again not really emotional about this whole thing because I never like was quote unquote in love with this car. I mean, but this is a great appliance. This is, you know, along the same thing like people who drive Civics and Camrys and all that stuff. Like people don't really love, or like, you know, like the CRV, for example, or whatever that is, Kia something. You know, but it's a good. Wait, is this a Kia? Sorry, I know I'm kind of. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. So it's same. It's along those lines that basically, you know, you drive it, you take good care of it, it takes good care of you, and hopefully, you know, the next owner will love it, and or at least like it, because, you know, we sure did. It took good care of us. This car, it got us safe. Had a couple recalls, and it had a blown out tire. Other than that, really nothing. Like, we didn't really spend any money doing anything as far as like repairing the engine, transmission, none of that stuff. At least in the mileage, you know, it's a pretty low mileage. So, all right, goodbye, Forester. Take good care. I'll see you around, because it's, again, you're not going very far. Take care, everybody.